What is autism? Autism is a mental condition present from early childhood, characterized by difficulty in communicating and forming relationships with other people and in using language and abstract concepts. Each person with autism responds differently to everything in their surroundings. Those with autism could have trouble understanding what other people think and feel, communicating with others, but again, each person is different and may have different symptoms with the spectrum mental disorder. I talk with two different mothers who have a child with special needs and autism.
My son was diagnosed at the age of 2 with autism. Some of the struggles are having patience with the child and try to understand where they're coming from. Like, he never wanted to come out of the car. Like, I used to have to call Ron, because we were separated at the time. I used to have to call Ron to help me because he was so strong that I couldn't get him out of the car to take him upstairs to my apartment.
Right.
Things like that. Like, and when he would go in the house, he had to be the one to turn on the lights, turn on the TV. If I did it, he'd like have a meltdown. Oh my God, it was like horrible. You know, he's come a long way since he's been 2 years old. You would never know that he had any kind of issues. Basically, just meeting him. You know, he still has some issues to deal with as far as, like I said, you know, eating different kind of foods. Like, that's a big struggle. He doesn't want to even try like the textures and all that. He just doesn't want to introduce himself to that at all. And that's basically, I think, his biggest struggle right now, and just being a little hard on himself, maybe. That'd be like being like a perfectionist. He becomes obsessed with that, you know. He's focused too much on it, that it brings him down. Even though he's doing so good, it, you know, brings him down sometimes. He still feels like, you know, he always feels like he could do better, I think. So I don't know if that, you know, that's part of it or not, but those seem to be like his two major issues, I think, at this time.
Marble Jam Kids started 12 years ago. I have a child who has special needs, and she was in a school program that had an after-school opportunity in the creative arts, and she was denied the opportunity to participate because of her disability. So that really broke my heart, to tell you the truth. My background is in entertainment, as a Broadway singer, dancer, and actor, and a creative producer, and I know firsthand what the arts have done for me in my life, and I wanted her to have those opportunities. My intent was to go back to school to get my master's to be a therapist, but when I went to New York, I started working right away. But it was always in the back of my mind that the creative arts therapies could really be a beautiful way for people with special needs to express themselves. So Dr. Susie Tutora is one of the premier creative arts therapists that have had a tremendous amount of experience working with children with autism spectrum disorders. And basically, I reached out to her with an idea of starting the Social Cats Autism Program, where we provide art, music, and movement therapy in a round-robin program.
At Marble Jam Kids, they help support people who have special needs through several different programs.
Well, we have creative arts therapy programs, we have adaptive arts programs, we have pre-vocational programs, we have private therapy, private psychotherapy, and basically what we try to do for the person that walks in the door is find out exactly what their needs are, assess them, and then provide them the best opportunity for them to thrive and express themselves creatively while meeting their needs and challenges with very specific goals and objectives. So using the arts makes it fun. We have photography group, we have film group, we do a summer film camp with Joey Travolta, who is John's older brother, and he's also a special educator. It's an amazing program. We've been running that program every summer for 10 years, and it's really exciting to see children and teens and young adults thriving in those creative environments. I've had parents tell me that they've never seen their child be so social in their entire life. And then they experience camp or some of our programs and they just blossom. And the idea is really to meet their mental health challenges and their emotional needs and need for expression and socialization in an environment that actually is successful for them to achieve those goals.
The summer film camp that runs every year for the past 9 years or so shows that anyone with a mental disability what goes on behind the scenes of making the film and allows them to be hands-on and creative. Throughout the camp, they pitch ideas, write scripts, act, and even help with some of the equipment.
I wish people would learn to look beyond what they may be experiencing and see the person on the inside, because they're no different than you or me or anyone else. They just have a different presentation in how they express themselves. And when you break through and you're able to communicate effectively with people with challenging communication disorders, you can't even believe how beautiful they really are and what kind of a contribution they can make in society. And I would say, don't ever underestimate the ability of any child or person or adult with special needs, because they offer so much more. They diversify our field, our lives. And love and acceptance and compassion are the things that I would want the general public to think about first than making judgments. And I think that those types of educational programs should happen at a very early age, so that a child may not be confused about what they see and formulate opinions about that person. They may recognize exactly what's going on with that person and embrace them rather than reject them. And as you know, bullying is a very big problem, and abuse is also a very big problem among people with special needs. So the more understanding and education that occurs at a younger age, the more compassionate people will be as they get older.
For more information, you can visit marblejamkids.org.